Alex, thanks for your time.
Yeah,
You've
no
been here a month now. What are your sort of views on North Melbourne so far?
Yeah, I mean, I just sat through a lot of meetings, so it was good to get a snapshot of all the different departments, but I'm really excited to be here. It seems like there's a lot of good things going on.
So skip us through your history in sport, obviously beginning back, I suppose, at the Brisbane Lions when you knew Brad Scott.
Yeah, Brad was playing there. Both him and Chris were playing, so I was his strength coach when I was there. And then I spent 3 years at Brisbane, and then I had 5.5 years at the US ski team. So I went through 2 Olympic cycles in Vancouver and then in Russia with Sochi. And then I had 5 seasons with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So the obvious question would be the changes in AFL since you were first in the industry. Like how dramatic in your eyes has that been?
Yeah, big time. I was really shocked coming back. Just everyone's a little smaller than when I was at Brisbane. We had a pretty bruising team. We had a lot
beasts.
Of big guys, particularly in the midfield, and you obviously got Jonathan Brown in there as well. So we had some bigger players. So the game seems to have changed a lot.
And in terms of I suppose the differences between basketball and footy as well, again, probably worlds apart in many ways.
Yeah, worlds apart, but I think athletes are athletes, and regardless of the sport, there's some similarities for sure. I definitely think like in the contest and in posting up in basketball and trying to hold position for a mark or a seal in basketball, I think there's some similarities that could be brought across for sure. I mean, it's going to take me a year just to find my feet. I mean, finding AFL again and realising the differences between 11, 12 years ago when I was in the sport and now.
Have you been hit up a fair bit from the players about your experiences at Cleveland?
Yeah, I actually, that's the only questions I've got so far is about the Cavaliers and obviously Kevin and LeBron and everybody else and the experiences there. But it's fun to share. It was a great experience. And I understand basketball's got really big in Australia as well, and everybody seems pretty... maybe I'm surprised at how big it is here, how interested everybody is.
But surely there would be lessons for the players in terms of how hard those guys work. And I'm not isolating LeBron James, but you're obviously close to Kevin Love as well. But to be the best, how hard they work, it doesn't just come naturally.
No, it's the combination of extreme talent because it's such a big pool of guys that want to play basketball and make the NBA, and then having the work ethic and the commitment to do that. And obviously LeBron, Kevin, who I worked really closely with, it's a 24/7 commitment. Those guys, they want to be the best and they want to be the greatest, and they'll do anything it takes to do that. So it really is, it's a big investment, and that's something I can impart on the players here. It's not just you turn up at the club, you might be here 4 hours a day. It's everything you do outside of that and your commitment to that makes you better as a person, and that adds to the collective for the group.
And in terms of when you decided to come back to Australia,
yes,
no doubt there would have been a few clubs that would have been interested in having your services. So why North Melbourne?
Well, I got a pretty good relationship with Brad, obviously having been his strength coach at Brisbane, and I really like the direction the team's going with. I'm looking forward to working with a young up-and-coming team. I've been with an old team at the peak the last 5 years, and that's been fun, but it's going to be a good challenge to develop a really young team. I really like what Brad's got in place, and I've been really impressed with the medical team and the physical performance team as well with what they've got there. And I think I don't need to make, like I said earlier, big wholesale changes, but I think there's like 4 or 5 little things I can do that can help improve the team for next year and moving forward.
Well, mate, it's great to have you on board at the Kangas. Best of luck, and thanks for your time.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much.